Welcome to the AI Horizon, your weekly AI news recap. I am your host, and here is what is coming up this week. 5 stories this week, and the theme is simple. The frontier is moving. Anthropic put Claude in every US classroom for free for verified teachers. Moonshot dropped a 2.8 trillion parameter open model, and the weights are coming later this month. Mira Murati's lab shipped a 975 billion parameter model, and it is now the leading US open weights release. Tencent released its largest open-source mixture of experts yet, the lead-up to the Moonshot story. And 6 labs now feel the frontier model, a threshold we did not have a month ago. Story 1 of 5. Anthropic announced Claude for Teachers on Monday, a free premium tier of Claude for verified K-12 US educators, including Claude Code, rolling out for the back-to-school semester. On July 14th, Anthropic put Claude in the classroom. The product is called Claude for Teachers, and the headline is the price: $0. The free tier includes the latest Claude model, the full chat product, document upload, image understanding, and Claude Code, the developer tool that lets a teacher build a small app or a worksheet in a single prompt. To qualify, a teacher has to verify their status through a K-12 identity partner. Anthropic says the verification step takes about 5 minutes, and the account stays free for as long as the teacher remains verified. The rollout is timed for the back-to-school semester. The first wave opens in the next 2 weeks. A nationwide expansion is planned for the fall. The context matters. School districts have been buying AI tools for the last year, mostly through district-level contracts, mostly paid. Anthropic is going around the district, directly to the teacher, and giving the product away. It is a distribution play disguised as a giveaway. If a teacher builds their classroom workflow on Claude in August, they are unlikely to switch in September. For the safety conversation, it also means the next generation of AI users is going to be a generation that learned the tool in a verified, monitored environment, not at home. Anthropic gets to set the norms. Story 2 of 5. On Wednesday, Moonshot AI unveiled Kimi K3, a 2.8 trillion parameter open-weight mixture of experts model with a 1 million token context window. The full weights drop on July 27th. On July 16th, Moonshot AI, the Beijing-based lab behind the Kimi chatbot, announced Kimi K3. The model is huge. 2.8 trillion parameters in total, with roughly 50 billion active on any single forward pass. A classic mixture of experts design where only a small slice of the model fires per token. The context window is 1 million tokens. That is long enough to fit a full book, a long code base, or several hours of meeting transcripts in a single prompt. The model is also open weights. The full release, including training code, drops on July 27th. Until then, it is available through Moonshot's hosted API. On the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, a third-party benchmark that scores frontier models on coding, math, and reasoning, Kimi K3 lands at 57, fourth on the list, behind Claude Fable 5, GPT 5.6 Sol, and Claude Opus 4.8. 2 things to pull on. First, the gap. Kimi K3 is 2 points behind the leader, on a benchmark that is getting more crowded every week, not less. The frontier is not opening up, it is closing. Second, the open weights play. Moonshot has accused Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google of training closed models on data the open community built. Now Moonshot is releasing the largest open model in the world, in the same week as the closed frontier moves up. The message is the product. The bet is the same bet every Chinese open weights lab is making. The next decade of AI will not be decided by who has the best model. It will be decided by who has the most models deployed. Story 3 of 5. Mira. Murati's Thinking Machines lab released Inkling on Tuesday, a 975 billion parameter open-weight mixture of experts model with 41 billion active parameters. Artificial Analysis calls it the new leading US open weights model. On July 15th, Thinking Machines Lab, the company Mira Murati founded after leaving OpenAI, released its first major model. The name is Inkling. The total parameter count is 975 billion, with 41 billion active per forward pass. The context window is 1 million tokens, same as Kimi K3. The release is open weights, under a license that allows commercial use with some restrictions. The model card is public, the evaluation results are public, and the weights are downloadable from the Thinking Machines site. On the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, Inkling scores 41. That is below the closed frontier, but it is the highest score of any US open weights released to date, ahead of NVIDIA's Nematron 3 Ultra, which scored 38. The US open weights race is the underreported story of the year. The closed labs get the headlines, but the open weights releases are what most companies are actually deploying. Inkling is now the US default. The lab itself is also a story. Mira Murati was the chief technology officer at OpenAI. She left in late 2024, founded Thinking Machines with a small group of OpenAI alumni, raised $2 billion in seed, and has been quiet until now. This is the first model. The benchmark is real, the release is real, and the lab has the money to keep going. The question for the rest of the US open weights field, Meta, Mistral, Microsoft, and the NVIDIA-backed releases, is who else is going to ship something this big before the year is out. Story 4 of 5. Earlier in the month, Tencent open-sourced Hunyuan Hy3, a 295 billion parameter mixture of experts with 21 billion active and a 256K context, released under Apache 2.0. The lead-up to Kimi K3. The Kimi K3 story did not come out of nowhere. 2 weeks earlier, on July 2nd, Tencent released Hunyuan Hy3, and it was the largest open weights model from a Chinese tech giant to date. The numbers, in case you skipped them: 295 billion parameters total, 21 billion active per forward pass, 256K context, and a license that is more permissive than most open weights releases. Apache 2.0. Commercial use, modification, redistribution, all allowed. The model is available on the Tencent Hunyuan GitHub repo and on Hugging Face. The GitHub repository has more than 500 stars as of this week, and the model card is detailed. This is the second Chinese open weights release in 2 weeks that crossed the 100 billion parameter threshold, and the third in the past month, counting Moonshot's earlier Kimi K2 updates. The pattern is the same each time. Bigger model, more permissive license, faster release cycle. For US labs, the strategic question is not whether the Chinese open weights models are better. They are not, on the closed frontier benchmarks. The question is whether the open weights gap, the difference between the best open model and the best closed model, is closing fast enough that the closed labs lose the deployment story. Hunyuan Hy3 is one data point. Kimi K3 is the next one. The two together are the trend. Story 5 of 5. The number of labs with a model above 50 on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index just doubled. 6 labs in 8 days. A benchmark crossed a threshold this week. The number of labs with a model scoring above 50 on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index jumped from 3 to 6 in an 8-day window. The new entrants are Kimi K3, Inkling, and Muse Spark 1.1 from Meta. The holdovers are Claude Fable 5 from Anthropic, GPT 5.6 Sol from OpenAI, and Claude Opus 4.8 from Anthropic, which was the only Anthropic model on the list a week ago. The threshold of 50 is not arbitrary. It is the score where artificial analysis classifies a model as frontier tier, the cohort that can hold its own on coding, math, and reasoning at human expert level. A month ago, 3 labs cleared the bar. As of this week, 6 do. The doubling happened in 8 days. 3 of the new entrants are open weights. The closed frontier is still ahead on the absolute scores, but the gap is now smaller than it was a quarter ago, and the deployment story for the open models is real. The bet inside every AI lab right now is the same bet. Stay above 50 or stop calling yourself a frontier lab. The window for crossing the bar is closing, not opening. Whoever ships next, by the end of July, gets to be the 7th. Quick pause. If these stories are landing, hit subscribe so you do not miss next week's recap. This week was brought to you by Anthropic's announcement page, the Moonshot Kimi blog, Thinking Machines Lab, the Tencent Hunyuan GitHub repository, and the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index. That is your week in AI. Subscribe so you do not miss next week's recap. See you then.